My name's Elena. On air I'm known as Chickpea, and I host the Saturday morning folk show. I've also hosted Radio Cure, Campus Worker Confessionals, and Black Hole. And this is What's in My Bin. So, starting off, we've got Death by Chocolate. This is, I think, their 2000 or 2002 album. It's just called Death by Chocolate. I discovered this band here in the station. There is actually a poster of the lead singer. She was like a 19-year-old, she worked in a hotel, and they were like, I like her voice, I want her to sing songs for me. My favorite track is this one called My Friend Jack. It actually is a cover of a song by The Smokes called My Friend Jack. It goes like, my friend Jack eats sugar lumps. My friend Jack eats sugar lumps.
Sugar lumps. Sugar man hasn't got a care. He's been traveling everywhere.
Next up, we have three that kind of go together. Laura Veers, Nico Case, Katie Lang. I actually don't remember how I discovered them, but I know I discovered them all together. They have this supergroup called Case Lang Veers. It's just their last names. And there's this song that they have called Atomic Number on this supergroup album, and it just like touched my heart so much. And I don't even understand what the song is about, and neither do the artists. Like Nico Case, she's been like, no idea what I'm singing, but it sounds good and I'm singing it, so it's great. And I have since become a huge fan of Nico Case. She played in SAC a few years ago.
My love,
Laura Veers, she is more on the like stripped down folksy side of things. We don't have too many of her CDs in the station, but my favorite is her record Year of Meteors. I think it came out in 2004, and it has my favorite song called Galaxies on it. Laura Veers actually did a house show in Sacramento sometime last year. I don't remember when, but it was really cold, and I went to this house, got these tickets, and it was just this like super cozy, like I was sitting right there. It was just her and her guitar, and I got to talk to her after, and I was like, hey, I play your stuff on the folk show as much as I can. And she was like, that's really sweet. She signed a bunch of stuff for me.
Songs of innocence, natural man feeling alright.
So Laura is cool. And then finally Katie Lang, super awesome, country, blues, kind of swing, you know. I do host the folk show. I'll be playing country on that show. My favorite track on this record is Black Coffee. You can see where I've written yes right next to it. We can't play this whole record on air because it skips, but that's okay.
I haven't slept a wink. I walk the floor from 9 to 4. In between I drink black coffee.
Next one, Vampire Weekend. They're classic. I actually discovered Vampire Weekend. I discovered this record first, right when it came out in, I think, looks like it came out in 2013, or for promotional purposes at least. I discovered it in 2014. This whole album just means so much to me for like no reason. It just reminds me of, you know, being a kid and like thinking thinking like, wow, life is going to be so crazy when I'm older, and then you get older and realize life actually is not a Vampire Weekend album, but maybe that's a good thing. So I love this record, Modern Vampires of the City. It's my favorite by them. I also have made notes on this one, just like heart, chickpea. And my favorite track on here is Step.
San Francisco, but actually Oakland and Alameda. He goes in Berkeley with a communist reader. Mine was in tune with a boombox and Walkman. I was a horrible girl that was back then.
Next one, I will go Nancy and Lee. This is a classic. You can also maybe see that I've put Heart Chickpea on the top of it. This is, I think, one of the best albums that exists ever. It's Nancy Sinatra and Lee Hazelwood. This record, they actually have a few Nancy and Lee records. It's country technically, but it's in the rock section, so it's like I can play it. I can play it on the folk show. It's genre bending. There actually are some tracks on this record that charted, so I've never played those, but my absolute favorite on this one is called Summer Wine. I actually used to use it as my intro song on radio here, so anytime I was going on air, I would force people to listen to Summer Wine because it's so good. But this record has followed me throughout my entire time here as a DJ. I received like a gold version of this record for my birthday from one of my housemates. Like, it really does just mean that much to me. I've even played songs from here, like on my ukulele on air, and people from the folk show have called in and they're like, wow, this is so cool. Like, so we're kind of starting just like a fun little musical cover singy fun thing on air for the folk show. It's been good and people like it, and I like people, and I like Nancy and Lee, so yeah.
Summer wine, oh, summer wine.
My eyes grew heavy and my lips, they could not speak. I tried to get up.
Finally, I have Manzanita by Sheena Cleveland. This record, I gotta tell you, I have been playing her music on my shows for as long as I've been a DJ, because I discovered her through the station, just looking for things to play on radio here, which was my like psychedelic kind of Western show. There was this day that I was playing, I want to say it was Face of the Sun off of Night of the Worm Moon, one of her records, and I got this call on like just into the station, and it was this guy that was like, hey, you know, I've got Sheena Cleveland here with me, like right now. I was like, yeah, no, I totally get it, like I love playing her, I'm always listening too, haha. And he was like, no, like she's in the car next to me, and Sheena Cleveland's like, hey, you're playing my music, this is my song. And I was like, what? And she was like, yeah, you know, I listen to your show all the time, and it's really cool that, I mean, you're playing my music. I've got to interview her for the station. We have a station ID from her where she goes, you're listening to my favorite radio station, KDVS. I went to a La Luz show for their tour, and we like locked eyes, and she was like, you're Chickpea. And I was like, I am Chickpea.
And nights of dragging through the mud, it seemed to always wait on the sun.
Sheena Cleveland, if you're listening to this, watching this video, you're awesome. And that is What's in My Bin. Yay!